What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be in the shop a little bit, but also up top in the dirt playing. And that's because we are going to install a locker in the rear of Ryan's XJ. So he knows that this locker was ordered. He doesn't know it's here yet. He is on his way up right now. So we'll see if he's cool with doing that. And what I'd like to do is take it up top, flex it out, kind of test it with the open diffs, and then we will bring it in the shop here, get it on the lift, and put this locker in the rear diff, which is apparently very simple to install. So we'll go through that, see if that's actually true, see how long it takes us. But for now, we'll wait for Ryan and do some testing. So this is a TORQ locker. These are very simple automatic lockers that just replace the spider gears. So you don't have to touch any of your gears or anything. It is basically just these pieces, well, 4 of them, a couple springs that go between them, and that's it. Good morning.
How's it going?
Good, you?
Sweet. Awesome.
Today could be the day, no?
Absolutely.
Little, very little.
Yeah.
Surprised at the size.
That's what she said.
I'm used to 1-ton
I was gonna
stuff. I was like,
say.
where's the locker? Oh yeah, it's not much to it.
This little tiny thing.
Yeah, 4 pieces and a couple springs.
Not bad.
All right, so now we are gonna head up top with his Jeep and do a couple little tests with the open diffs. We'll give you a little walk around at first. I'll walk and wheel around. The old XJ. Pretty clean unit. And it may look blue on camera. Get the sunny side. There, now you can see the purple. So yeah, what's it got as of now?
Right now it has a 4.5-inch zone lift with new leafs in the back that came with it, not to add a leaf. Rubicon Express Super Flex adjustable upper and lower control arms. JKS sway bar disconnects on the front. And that's about it, just rims and tires. And
Sweet.
it's got a rough country winch bumper on the front and an M8000 winch to go with it.
Take her up top and
Give her
do
some
a little
tests.
flexy and
Yep.
see how the open diff performs. All right, we've made it up top to the testing grounds, AKA where I keep all my junk. Chumi's not junk. There's a good little flex ramp. So we'll get him to drive up probably that side of it there. Yeah, see what happens there.
That's sway bar connected 2-wheel drive.
Right. Pretty quick. See what 4 does? So this will be the back right and the front left that spin eventually. It might go though, because it's a bit downhill going that way. I think you might have gravity on your side a bit too much there.
I think so, yep.
That tire's off the ground. Front left is still planted, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Can't even open my door.
Ooh, need some frame stiffeners.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's a good test right there for 2-wheel drive. So we'll go over to one that will definitely be more uphill for the 4-wheel drive. Different spot. Yeah, that's 2-wheel drive, back definitely spinning. We'll see, that might be too gentle for 4 still. Come this angle here and jam it in like 45 there. All right. Now it'll spin the tires in 4. Yeah, there we go. So that one's tucked in, that one droops, that one droops. So the opposite tires spin, and there's no power being transferred to this tire here. Yep, no hope. And what's nice is now we know exactly where your tracks are, so you can come back
Yep.
exactly in that spot.
Well, and this sway bar's still connected on here too.
Yeah.
So if I disconnected it, you never know.
It probably would, but this is the best test for a locker, having it not flex.
Yep.
So,
Absolutely.
okay. Well, second to last one. You can probably pretty easily drive over that landing, but that's really steep. It's hard to tell on camera. That's the back side of the landing. There's no flex here. It's perfectly flat. Oh, it's gripping. It's gripping. Both tires are, well, yeah, just the right. Kind of goes right, left. Now it's just the right spinning. Perfect. Yeah, just the back right spinning. They both spun for a second and then kind of went back and forth, and then just the right, so.
I got a little bit of both front spinning there too.
Yeah, so that'll be perfect.
Yep.
Okay, now we'll go back over there for the last one up that kind of shaly hill.
Okay.
All right, one more test up kind of a bit of an off-camber, loose rock, dirt hill. Back here a little bit. So this is the hill I was talking about, which is actually, I come down there for the razor track. So we'll see if you can crawl up it.
So we're two-wheel drive here.
Two-wheel first, okay. There's your mark. There's your high mark for 2.
Yep.
Now 4 low. Probably do this because it's flat. If there's any little washouts on climbs like this, that's when it can get sketchy with open diffs. Yep. Yeah, she gave a good chew, but no problem. So straight up, and I mean, you can even tell he's gone over a little bit of a berm there, and that's when it spun. That's only like a 5-inch difference right to left. So diffs, yeah, spin pretty easily. Oh, rock. Yeah, not much in reverse.
Nope. Not a whole lot.
Yeah. So I guess before we get too deep into it, I'll explain what a locker is. Well, differential is in the name. It differentiates the speed of the 2 tires. So when you're driving around normally and you turn a corner, both tires are traveling different distances, so they need to go a different amount of rotations. So that's what the differential does. In the rear axle, it allows the left tire, if you're turning a left-hand corner, to go a shorter distance than the right side tire. A locker, and there's different styles. There's pausies, there's like we got the automatic locker, and then the selectable lockers. Selectable is either air or electric or cable actuated. And that's what I've got in my Jeep is the air, but they're great because you switch them off and you've just got open diffs for driving around, no problem. You hit the switch and you've got full lockers, fully locked up, no slipping, nothing. They're great, but they're expensive, and my air one has leaked and driven me nuts, so I will go with an electric one next time. But in Marge, I have the same style as this. It's an automatic locker, so basically just works on torque, feels the slip and locks together. They're a lot cheaper, especially this style. It's kind of lunchbox. You can just drop it in, doesn't take a whole new carrier. And this one that Ryan specifically got is supposed to have a lot better road manners, so we're gonna also test that. In Marge, it can definitely, you can hear some pretty loud ratcheting going around corners, and yeah, so this one's supposed to have better road manners and be a little quieter because that Jeep is his daily driver. So with that being said, let's head back down to the shop. We'll get it pulled in, get it up on the lift, and tear it apart, see how long this very easy install takes us.
Make sure that's the right. Yep.
I guess I'll grab the oil pan. First up, we are popping the tires off because the axles do need to come out just a couple inches each. I'm glad that you take the rule about not using impacts on keys as seriously as I do.
There's rules for that stuff?
Nope. Next up, we'll pop the diff cover off.
If an impact fits on it, I thought it was made for it.
That's the rule to me. It wasn't leaking, that's for sure.
Nope. Nope.
Nice. That's the thing about what we do in changing diff oil. It's never really a waste to do it because it could pretty much use it anytime. So the spider gears down in there are what make up the magic of a differential. So 2 small gears and then the side spider gears, and those can spin. Those side ones spin opposite directions, which means both tires can turn at different speeds. Yeah, there you go. It is a pretty genius system, really. And all that is going 1,000,000 miles an hour in there while you're driving. Probably water.
Car wash water.
That's what I always say. All right, let's start pulling some pins. First, we're going to pop that center pin out there. That kind of holds those idler gears together. That's the nice thing about this locker. You don't have to touch ring gear, pinion, any of the carrier. You can just kind of tuck it in from the side.
Center pin. Yeah, we're gonna wanna, I think I wanna put it in neutral. And then that way I can rotate these spider gears out, I believe.
Right. So he's just gonna throw it in neutral so we can turn the carrier and then fish out the idler gears first. Then there's a C-clip on the end of both axles. We need to get off of there so we can push each axle out a little bit to clear the spiders and then fish those out. Idler 1. Idler 2.
So, those both have their thrust washers on the back. So now these
C-clip. 1.
Let's push that back like that for now.
Oh yeah, so you shouldn't need too much more. Just enough space to slide it off, right?
Go. Take that like that.
Yeah, okay, those are the washers I was thinking. So that whole pack you want to kind of keep in the same order and on the same side.
Yeah.
That's where they came from.
So I'll put that there, just make sure I think there's only one.
Oh, well there you go.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah, so then.
That's just one? That's a thick boy.
Yeah. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. All right. That is disassembled.
Okay. And then everything kind of sticks in.
Yeah, assuming it's the right amount of splines. There's no right direction for that, or side, I don't think. I think both sides are exactly the same.
Yeah, the whole thing I was reading there. There we
Hey,
go.
that's a good sign.
That's good.
Spline count is correct. C-clip back on. It's just kind of,
Use
gravity held there.
Gravity is our friend for now.
It has not been my friend in the past, that's
No.
for sure. Real jerk. And then,
Yeah, this is where
do you put?
basically, yeah, they'll use like an assembly lube or grease, something sticky. And I'll take this in here. Then that'll kind of stick like that. Hold itself there.
Okay. Passenger side. And again, I think it's just all uniform, right? Like, doesn't have to
Yep.
line up. It's all the same.
There we go.
Yeah. C-clip.
No, so this one now.
Oh, right. You put the C-clip in,
You put the
pain in the ass
Yes.
afterwards. Yeah.
So that slides out flush to that. And now this slides up to here.
Sneak the other one in. They kind of hold each other, right?
And this puppy goes in like that.
Yeah.
And now
And that's where we got to
there's a
sneak
machine mark in here.
Yeah, you got to spin it and then.
So I think this is where the grease comes in handy.
All right. So now we have to sneak the C-clip in the little gap there. Oh, yeah. So, oh, right now, because you need the.
Yep, right there. Somewhere right about there anyway. Now,
Okay.
could work.
There's definitely smaller tools, but
Well,
when
like doing
you're
things,
good, you're good.
Yeah, we like doing things the hard way here
Exactly.
sometimes.
Unless the toolbox is way over there.
Yeah. You want
I'll
to
probably go get.
give that a little slide in and out?
That's what she said.
There we
good.
go.
Felt good for me. Felt good for you.
Yep.
So there's two tiny little springs that slide in the little slot there, one on each side.
Can you give that a little rotation forward? Right there. So
Yeah,
now
in
we're
that tiny little
semi
slot.
lined up. If you want to, there's the little springs there.
Those are the baby little springs that make all the stuff happen. That's crazy.
Oh, there's one.
Yeah.
So now,
You'll have to
I guess
spin the
if
tire,
you
right?
spin-
Yeah. Locker's working. Both sides are turning.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Next spring slot.
Thank you.
There. Seated.
Okay.
And that is all it holds it, is those tiny little edges. Crazy. Like a glove. Technically, it's done.
That's it. That's all. So,
All right, after some quick math in our head, not using a calculator, we added up the feeler gauges to get 0.164 the gap. That's within a range. Perfectly snug.
that's
Dialed.
feels pretty good
Yeah,
there.
Just slight drag. Yeah, a little harder now.
Oh yeah.
Locker.
So now to get it,
So we feel right beside the spring on this side.
so we check this side.
180. Check the other side, and in theory, should be identical. If everything was done right and everything is not bent.
That side is a little tighter.
That's what she said.
It
There we
goes in
go.
though.
That's what she said.
Yeah, so that's how that looks. It's spider gears are gone. That sucker's in there. those side ones are what ratchets when you go around a corner, so it's not locked up all the time, because the alternative would be a spool, and that removes all that, bolts on there, and it is locked full time.
So we also need to do what they call the spin test. So now what that involves is we have to put the tires back on. We hold this tire forward,
Yeah.
and we spin that tire backwards. And then we hold this tire backwards, and we spin that side forwards, and vice versa onto this side.
And since we're not applying enough torque, then it should ratchet?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Although we're not completely done, tires aren't back on and the diff cover's not back on, we have only taken 35 minutes to this point. So I would say that'll be about an hour once tires are on, diff cover's on for a whole locker installation, which that is crazy.
Yeah. And
They said it was easy, and I had my doubts.
They estimate 2 hours to do this.
Oh, that's a fair. Yeah. Also, if you're laying on the ground, this definitely helps. So. All right. So we're doing the spin
The
test,
spin test.
where you hold one tire and spin the other. That is crazy.
Yeah. I just.
And how, like, the fact that it can do that, like, well, what, hundreds of thousands of times.
Yeah.
Clean it up, slap some goop on, and that back on, and
Yeah. Do a little scrapey here, and
do a test. Bang. Ooh, sucker's polished. Now that is a mating surface. Well, he has got the cover back on, used the RTV, and he actually read the directions, and it wants overnight at least to cure after we tighten it to not leak, so we figured we might as well do that. So unfortunately, it will be tomorrow before we get to test it. That's only a few seconds for you. But yeah, I mean, they gave a 2-hour install time for this, and it was 1 hour from the time we took the tires off to putting the diff cover back on, aside from letting it set up. But that's pretty cool for going from not having a locker to having a locker in 1 hour. So the next time you see it, we'll be testing it, and that's right now. It's the next day. We're back to working on the XJ. We finished at 5 o'clock last night, and it is 9:45 a.m. the next day, so that is exactly 24 hours. Yep. Which means we can fill it up. My math, anyway.
so we're filling it with 85-140. Apparently that is the
Magic number.
magic number of what a lot of the lunchbox locker manufacturers recommend to keep the ratcheting down.
All right, we'll finish filling this up, and then we'll get it down and go play. So far, so good.
Yep.
Rear axle didn't fall off. That's good. Well, it moves. That's a good start. Sweet, we got the camera on the back there. Hopefully capture the ratcheting noise. It's ratcheting, not spinning that inside tire already. You can hear it popping a little bit. Crazy. Ooh, hey Marge, looking good. All right, we're heading up top. We're back at the first little jump. so that's where he spun his tires there last time in two-wheel drive. Exact same line. That's two?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just gonna do it. That tire's off the ground slightly. Yep, you can see it rocking. And it still drives 100%. Pretty cool.
Yep.
Oh, and I don't know if we mentioned, but he's at 32 PSI. Yep. All right. Like instantly.
Oh yeah.
There was no
nothing.
spin or nothing. Like
Nothing.
all right, so on to the number two.
So still
And you can see
two-wheel
his big
drive.
marks there. Two-wheel drive. I don't think we even tried this in two-wheel drive. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Camera's rubbing.
Oh,
I don't even think you tried two here
I think no. This was just four-wheel drive.
because there's no spin mark there.
Yep. So this
and you
is-
made it past where you did in four-wheel drive in two-wheel drive.
Yep. At 32 psi.
And yeah, I don't know if you would have been able to drive up, but like you would have got your front tires up because this tire has so much traction right now.
Yep.
Pop the mic off the back and see if you can make it up in two.
Yeah.
So once he gets his front tires up, the left side's gonna be stuffed in and have more traction, but that's very loose material, so we'll see. This is where it'd be nice to have two low,
Yeah. This. Yeah. For sure. This. For sure.
because like not even trying. Okay, they do straighten out. Yeah, spinning, but like a little run, you're driving up that in two. That was four, and yeah, the front's almost doing nothing because the front left's almost off the ground. So back up a bit, put it back in two, and just like from there, just kind of get on it. And up he goes. Yep, that's pretty sweet.
Not gonna argue about that.
No, that's awesome. All right, well, that's proof is in the pudding for that one. So now we'll head over to we did this one, which this one, I'm not sure there's gonna be a ton of difference because it is quite flat, but we'll see.
I think the biggest thing too to note is that with the sway bar connected, I'm doing all this as well. So with that sway bar disconnected, it'll allow
Well,
my...
you would have done that one in four-wheel drive because
Yep.
the front was almost off the ground.
Yeah.
So this one, you just did four low and slow as possible. And then his left wasn't spinning, his right was. They only two of them spun for a very short time. Like I said, I'm not sure we'll see huge difference here. The rears are spinning together. Yeah, so I thought, because we did have kind of holes there. That's kind of what I expected for that one, because A, there was some little holes there and it's muddy, but
Oh yeah.
they were both spinning.
she's slick.
Yep, all right.
Little run and that I would make
Yeah, I mean,
that
you might as
no
well just
problem.
go over it just for kicks.
Yep.
You can pop the front tires off the ground a little and be okay. Boop. Good stuff. All right, we are heading back to the loose hill climb over there. So what, you did two-wheel drive first, right?
Yeah, I did two-wheel drive and then four-wheel drive. I went up no problem.
Yeah, so two-wheel, you stopped right there because it's like a little bit of a berm, and he will just walk over that now. Yep. So yeah, still spins because it's very loose, but over the little flexy part, no problem. Oh yeah, two tires roosting. Good stuff. That was two-wheel drive. And a lot of it is just the confidence knowing that both tires are hooking up. Your driving style gets a lot different. With open differentials, you kind of have to hit things square, and now you can go through cross stitches and stuff at an angle, knowing that that tire is going to have full traction. Good looking unit. Front right definitely locks up first. That's good to know. So now we're gonna go back down to the shop. I'll hop in and we'll take it for a bit of a road spin so we can see how it acts going around corners, through intersections, doing normal daily driver things, and hopefully the microphone will pick up some of the noises from ratcheting and whatnot. All right, we are in the Jeep for the road test portion of the program. Roll that one. Got the GoPro going back there still. And we have the windows down for now so that it's going to be the loudest it'll ever be. Sweeping left-hander. Yeah, I mean, you hear it. And this is kind of, we were just talking, this is like kind of the worst vehicle for hearing noises, whether it's pulling a trailer like with the hitch, because they are unibody. So with a pickup truck, A, the hitch and rear end are a mile behind you, and B, everything is attached to the frame, which has to go through rubber to get into the cab. So the vehicles like this, like cargo vans, all that, noise really transfers through the whole body, so you hear it more. So even when you got on it around kind of a sweeping corner, it still didn't lock up, which is nice.
Yeah, no, that's good to know that. Maybe well, we'll have to try it out. We'll do a left-hand turn at an advanced green. So we're actually stopped and then accelerating through the intersection. And I mean, this will be a good one here too.
Hard to tell with the gravel. Heard a little scrub, but that also could have been the gravel. So for those subtle turns at whatever doing 60, you can't hear it. Windows are down, so that helps muffle it, but I mean, it's not obnoxious and it's not jerky, that's for sure.
No. So you heard a little bit more of a click there.
Yeah. Did it lock up there when you got on it? It's hard to tell.
No. Yeah, this will be. No, it's still unlocked there. You can just hear it clicking.
And like, because the tire is kind of, you can hear it almost spinning, but that's what your inside tire would do.
Yep.
With an unlocked diff if you got on it on a 90-degree corner. Actually, there's a cul-de-sac down here that's probably pretty dirty.
Yeah.
So you can almost go like full lock and then go gentle throttle and just slowly roll on the throttle until it.
Yeah.
So like with the dusty, bad traction surface, will it stay unlocked or will it lock up faster? So the road here, covered in dust, rocks, gravel. Well, that locked instantly.
That locked right away.
So yeah, I think probably because of the slip of the rocks and stuff, especially it sensed slipping. Crazy thing to wrap your head around. And people do say, like, obviously lockers where it becomes more important is where, or when there's snow or ice on the ground, not wanting it to lock up when you're not expecting it if you're taking a left in front of cars or something, but it's just kind of something that you have to keep in mind, like maybe wait for the next gap instead of like trying to hit it or expect you're gonna drift a little bit. Like,
yeah, exactly. It's just, it comes down to knowing how everything's gonna react.
So that locked instantly also, but we were also on kind of sandy there.
Let's try.
So this one is dry pavement, 90-degree corner, slightly uphill. That's the corner we're working with here. Very standard. Fully unlocked. Yeah.
What else?
I think it's really going to depend on the surface you're on.
Yep.
definitely ratcheted at first. I think
It was so subtle, but I think I heard a couple clunks there. Say it locked there.
Okay, so here now this one's kind of a dirty cul-de-sac also, but yeah, do it like outside. It's cleaner. There's a clean line, so it should stay unlocked here. Yep. So the whole way. So the whole way through the normal cul-de-sac, it stayed unlocked, as you would want. Trying the windows up now. Yeah, it's definitely not.
That was not the locker.
Yeah, sure it was. It's not doing anything crazy or dangerous. And we should mention that this video is absolutely not sponsored by TORQ lockers, although it could be. Another nice thing is if you have any other clunks or noises, you'll just be like, it's the locker.
That's exactly.
You'll never have to worry about a noise again. Maybe the last thing to try would be like a dry pavement. Maybe this intersection if there's no traffic. Just do like, kind of go up and do a full 360. And again, just go start slow. Throttle, so it's unlocked, then get on the throttle, get on the throttle. Yeah,
there.
So when you apply the torque, it locks up.
Yeah.
So,
but that's nice on dry pavement though too, because I was on the throttle decently,
yeah,
still unlocked, and then I kind of had to give it a bump.
Yeah.
And then you felt it clunk and lock, but
so you can have throttle applied, but it's like as long as it's consistent, it doesn't lock.
Yep.
And then as soon as you kind of demanded more, added more torque, it locked up.
Yes.
So, and that's the thing, especially on dry pavement. I mean, even rain, you're a good driver. If you had to nail it and get out in front of a car taking a left-hander,
yep,
you're fine. And then, I mean, if it's icy, you're not shooting those gaps anyway if it's icy, so.
That's exactly, I mean, let's...
No real complaints.
There's...
Yeah. So, just fine.
No, I'm very happy with the road manners it has so far.
Yep. Yeah, no real complaints.
No, like some guys really make them sound to be like they're just horrible. They hate them. They're terrible to drive on the road with. But
yeah,
honestly, I've driven welded rear ends, limited slips.
Yeah. You
name it, and I would not hesitate to buy another lunchbox locker.
And roundabout here. This is perfect. A little more. Yeah, I mean,
so it's just...
You're certainly not going to go around a roundabout normally faster than that. And like slowly applying more throttle, and it still didn't care. It stayed unlocked.
Right at the end, almost before we exited, you kind of heard the clunking stop. So I'm wondering if that just like subtly locks itself and you just don't notice it, or... Nope, very happy.
Yeah, that's cool. And I think a lot of the reviews, well, for a lot of things that people are like, oh, it's terrible, even like tires and stuff.
Yep.
It's people that are used to driving their brand new stock, whatever, F-150 or something that drives like it basically drives itself. And like when you come from the world as we do, and I'm sure a lot of you guys where, you grew up driving jalopies and they had their characteristics and a lot of character. It's stuff like this is nothing. Like, I mean, even still now, some of my vehicles, it's like, oh, don't worry about this, or like, you have to kind of wiggle this to be able to start it, or all these things. And like, driving Marge with 46-inch bias ply tires, like, that are square when you start out. It's anything that like stays straight down the road and doesn't get death wobble and you can go reasonable speed is great in my book. So
Yep.
you gotta kind of think about who you're taking opinions from. It's very subjective. All right, well, we're back to the shop and the street drive went about as good as expected. Yeah, no real complaints for an automatic locker. Obviously, selectable is nice for that because it's exact same as an open diff, but not crazy loud. Road manners are good. Didn't really lock up unexpectedly. It's definitely one thing to try in snowy, icy conditions, but I mean, I would have no problem driving this around town. So we will take it off-roading. We did that little bit, flex tests and stuff, but we'll do a different video for the off-roading test, which we might just head out and do this afternoon. So if you guys enjoyed this, want to see some more stuff, off-roading recoveries, be sure to subscribe because almost 50% of you are not subscribed and that would really help out. That's going to do it for this one though. We'll see you on the next video.
Oh my God, Dios mío, they say, oh my God, Dios mío, they say, oh my God, Dios mío, they say, oh my God.